marvelous Monday. Oh my gosh, in Pickens County, is it not a marvelous Monday? I'm going to give y'all some really, really cool news in a few minutes, but a couple of other things I want to talk about because my mama, who fought cancer really, really hard, always said, laughter is the greatest medicine of all. Just read your Bible and it'll tell you that. And I said, okay. So this weekend, a friend invited us to a comedy gig that she was doing down in Woodstock, and we said, okay, we'll load the old grannies up and we'll go. Well, we went, and we laughed, and we laughed, and we laughed, and you just feel better when you laugh. We got to have something to laugh about. And met the nicest young man. His name is Keith Vance Jr., and he's a little, you know how your granny would say, he's a little wormy, ain't he? Well, he's a little feller, and he's a little black dude, wears this hat, funny kind of guy, great comedian, so funny, clean jokes, clean humor. His mama was there with him. I thought he was about 21 years old until I found out that he has graduated college. He has a child who's graduated college that's about 24 years old, and I'm like, are you kidding me? He looked so young. He was so really funny, and we needed that. Everybody needs a little bit of laughter. And today, as you ride through West Pickens County, you are going to hear laughter ringing from the hills because today, the Fountain twins are sitting in Pickens County with their great news, their plaque, their trophy, their awards for winning the biggest catfish tournament payout in catfish history. And these boys have worked all their lives. I'm getting cold chills talking about them. They learned to fish as little boys to feed themselves. There was a pond near where they grew up, and often there was no food on the table. And a lot of family circumstances happened that left these kids alone a lot. And I found out a lot of this story from one of their teachers who said, I used to create things for them to do so I could give them a quarter, so I could give them 50 cents, so I could help them because they didn't want to take handouts. Lonnie and Donnie Fountain are two of the best men you will ever run into in your whole life. And they give God all the glory for everything they do. And I can guarantee you, when they reeled in that fish 4 minutes before the tournament ended, and it was a 55-pounder caught by Lonnie, Lonnie outfished Donnie this time, and he did a really, really good job and brought in the win. They share their winnings, and they are so happy. So you will hear laughter all over Pickens County because Pickens County loves these boys. They know their history. They know the story. Many people know why they learned to fish. And the greatest thing about them is for about 15 or 16 years now, they have been fishing a tournament that takes special needs, either children or veterans or people with disabilities. They take people all the time, every single year. They have done this fishing event. They pay for everything out of their pocket to do this. They do an event once a year. They sell catfish and hush puppies and coleslaw plates to raise money for the nursing home where their mom was, to buy Christmas gifts for everybody in the nursing home. That's the kind of guy these guys are. They are amazing, they are wonderful, and they give God all the glory. And we're going to share some pictures now for y'all. I didn't tell you how much they won, but right there it is in a big old check. It was a big number that they will be sharing, and this was the Bill Dance event. And truly, they won. This is the biggest payout. It made history. This is the biggest payout in history. And we're not sure what's going on. What's going on? Have we got a problem, sunshine? Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, we got a problem. Got it? Yeah. Okay. All right. We have, that picture shows the twins, and I think Lonnie is about 3 minutes older than Donnie. He doesn't look a day over or a minute over, but anyway, these twins have spent much of their life on the rivers, on the lakes. They have traveled the United States over. They fish Kansas, they fish Illinois, they fish Ohio, they fish South Carolina, they fish everywhere. and they always give God the glory. And they said there's nowhere in the world where you feel any closer to God than on a lake early in the morning as the sun is rising. So the wind was amazing. The joyfulness that you will hear and see in West Pickens County is absolutely amazing. And it made history, and couldn't have happened to two nicer guys. They work hard. They own Fountain Roofing that they've owned for over 40 years. They are the good guys. And you know how you run into people and you think, they're okay, but they've got it all, da-da-da. No, they've never had it all, but they have been all to a lot of people. Now, that was Lonnie's 98-pounder that he caught on Saturday. It didn't qualify for the tournament because he had to catch it the next day, but that was a 98-pounder. And they love what they do, and they love giving back. And I love that they still love to do that tournament where they take all these special needs kids out. Dawn fished with Lonnie for years, and then she gave it up for he and Donnie to go back fishing as a team, which is amazing. And there's their winning fish. So those fish are worth a whole lot of money right there. So it was a really, really cool day. And a very joyful day in Pickens County. West Pickens County is smiling big time today because the Fountain boys brought it home. They brought home the winning. It made history. That is so cool. And I hope that this will be what makes their life a movie. If you knew their whole life, if you knew everything they had been through, if you knew their work ethics, they are worthy of a movie made about them. And I hope that one day some producer comes to West Pickens County and interviews them and says, well, I believe we could do this. They love what they do. They love giving back. Very, very thankful to their sponsors who have helped them and helped them to grow in doing what they have loved since they were little bitty boys in West Pickens County. They were fishing in a pond just to provide food for their family. And that's what it was about. Now, I want to invite you to Downtown Ball Ground this weekend on the 12th. There's going to be, it's kind of weird, it's Christmas in August, which is really weird. It's usually Christmas in July or Christmas in December, but we want to honor a very, very special man who we are praying will be with us, riding the helm of the Christmas parade again this year as Ball Ground celebrates the 50th Christmas parade. And Tim Cavender has been battling cancer. I want to ask you to please pray for he and Pam. He and Pam have been so much to our community, and they are just amazing. And this weekend, all the merchants in Downtown Ball Ground are going to be having specials, offering discounts, offering refreshments. We're going to have face painting at our office. We're going to have some art lessons at our office. We're going to be doing and giving back to others. That's what it's about. And we hope that you will come down this Saturday to Downtown Ball Ground beginning at 11 a.m. and going until 4. So please come down and be a part of the wonderful tiny little city that is growing every single day, and the businesses are flourishing. Now, this is crazy, y'all. In 1980, now I don't ever remember a $15,000 house in 1980. The first house we bought in 1980 was $55,000. So when I saw those numbers, I was kind of like, And $20 for groceries right there, I think that might be a misrepresentation too, but I can tell you a buggy like that today would cost you about $800. It is so out of line with grocery prices. Grocery prices have gone crazy, and it's not the grocery store getting rich. I don't know who's getting rich on the assembly line. It's not the farmer getting rich. It's not the dairy getting rich. I don't know who's getting rich, but somebody's getting rich on when we go to the grocery store. And when you leave the grocery store mad, you probably shouldn't go in the first place. All right, I have ordered me a t-shirt that says, try that in a small town, and I'm going to pick it up. I hope it'll be ready today. I proudly stand with Jason Aldean. Try any of the foolishness in a small town. Don't try it. Don't try it. Get out and be good to folks. Get out and say, hey, welcome, y'all. Welcome to the country. Welcome to the small town we live in. This is how we do it. And this is how we do it from Ball Ground to Turtletown. We welcome folks. We honor folks. And today we want to honor Michael Gomez. He was a wonderful, wonderful neighbor to so many people in Ball Ground, and Michael lost a battle with cancer. His service will be at Darby Funeral Home at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Really, really good guy who fought a hard battle. Now this listing is now $495,000. It has 5.47 acres with it now. This is a home that needs to be remodeled purely because the colors are very different than what we use today. It is a home that has such potential, and if you're interested in having enough land to have a horse, having enough land to have goats, having enough land to have some rabbits and chickens for your kids, having enough land for your kids to ride four-wheelers, pick up the phone and call me or Evelyn. This house has just been, the listing's been changed, and it is now 5.5 acres, and it has a 4-car garage where you could run your business. You could open a cabinet shop. You could open, you could do mechanicking there. You could do body shop. A world of things you could do in this big, huge garage, because he had a welding. He did welding, and it was a welding business, but talk about an amazing property, 1.1 miles to Lake Blue Ridge, and it is at Morganton Point. It is absolutely beautiful, and that's where you could put your boat in, and you would live 1 mile to that lake. So how cool is that? Pick up the phone and call me. Now, this is how I feel about Lonnie and Donnie. People who want to see you win will help you win. Remember that. As these boys were facing this tournament, everybody, including their competition, was rooting for the Fountain twins because they know what good guys they are. And I think that speaks volumes about them just as people, just as businessmen in the community, as good folks, as good neighbors. It says a lot when your competition is rooting for you to win and everybody was rooting for them. Okay, this really says a lot about them. Behind every strong person is a story that gave them 2 choices: sink or swim. As little boys, they were given an opportunity to sink, and they didn't. They created their own business. They prepared their own fish for themselves for supper that they caught. They did so many things to take care of themselves and later to take care of their families, and that's the kind of people you want to surround yourself with. These mountains are full of wonderful people, and today we're going to share some of those wonderful people. Now this is me doing pear relish, and I want to remind y'all, I've been looking at your pear trees. If you have an old-timey pear tree and you're not going to use the pears to make pear relish, pick up the phone and call me at 404-375-0590, and I will come get your pears. And I will make pear preserves, and I'll make pear relish because I just love them both. But old-timey pears are hard to find, and you have to have them to make those 2 recipes. So if you're riding around the back roads, if you're around an old home place and you see a pear tree hanging full, they do really well about every other year, and I've seen some this year that aren't doing so good, but this is my pear relish, and I learned to make it many, many years ago by my grandmother and by her sister Bessie. Absolutely love pear relish. Put it on a hot dog, put it with soup beans, put it with green beans, put it on your plate when you're eating onion and cornbread, just whatever you could. And honestly, I could sit down and eat a whole pint of that stuff. It is so yummy. But if you have pear trees, don't let them go to waste. Pick up the phone, offer them to your neighbors. Say, hey, I've got these. I don't want a can anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. But don't let them go to waste. So this bounty is God's bounty provided to us. Those pears don't cost a dime now. If they're the old-timey kind, they've been there a long, long time. And that's the only kind that you can make pear relish and make pear preserves out of. And I don't know what's going to happen to us when those pear trees are gone. And sometimes if you don't give them a little bit of lime or help them along, they don't produce as well as they used to. But I've seen some hanging full and some hanging not so full. So don't forget that. Now this weekend is baby Xana's birthday. She will be 1 year old. And she has on her little strawberry outfit that day, and she is a strawberry monkey girl. She loves monkeys and she loves strawberries. So what a joy to see that little girl growing up. She's growing up way too fast. It's just like Riker. He started school now, and you're like, wow, that's crazy. And there is Miss Xana on the day she was born, and just a beautiful, beautiful baby, full of head of hair, and she is just a doll, a doll. She is our pride and joy, and just love her and love, love, love her sweet mama. Her mama has done a great job with her. Just a little doll, and what a joy she has been. I so wanted her to take her first steps on TV, and she didn't do it. She did it at home, but thank goodness Ansley got a video of that. We've got it on my Facebook page, and it's so funny because she looks like she might have had some Boone's Farm wine in her. She was wobbling a little bit, but she finally took off walking, and she was so proud of herself. So that is our baby as we celebrate 1-year-old Xana Jordan. And yeah, what a joy and what a delight she has been. And a very independent little girl, very independent, who learns bites because eating is her favorite thing. She loves bites, and she loves bye-byes, and she loves hey, hey, hey. So that is her. Today we're going to share a visit with Vic Davis. Vic Davis is in the nursing home here in Gilmer County right now. We love him. Y'all knew the Davis brothers as they had the program here at ETC for many, many years. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to, after we do Vic Davis's thing, and then we're going to share some music with y'all that I've had a lot of requests for. Everybody says, we want to hear Mr. Ellijay. I know you do, and today I'm going to make your dreams come true. You're going to get to hear a lot of it. But I want to share a couple of interviews with Vic Davis and his brother Bobby. There are only 3 out of 6 of them left, and what an honor it was to spend some time with them. If you're out and about in Gilmer County and you have absolutely nothing to do and you love the Davis family, go by the nursing home. He's over here at the one that's near the old hospital. Go by and see him. I believe he's in room 208. And visit with him and just tell him, howdy, Vic, we appreciate what you did on TV all those years. And it's still airing here at ETC, so you still get to see a little bit of it. But what a good family. You know, these mountains are full of good families. They're full of good folks. And I think that's what attracts people to the mountains. They know that when they get here, they're going to be welcomed by some good local people. They're going to be taught where's the best place to buy, where's the best place to eat, where's the best place to go camping. People are going to be open to helping them. And I think I love that the most about our community. That's the best thing about the community that we serve, is we are serving others. So let's go now to a little trip and a little visit with Vic Davis. Whether it's good or bad, we'll have to stick to it.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk a little bit about ETC and our family connection, because we started at ETC. Y'all started many years before I did. Vic, what year did y'all first go to ETC?
What was that?
What year was the first year y'all went to ETC to do music? Do you remember?
It was about, it must have been around 2005 or 6, because we had that show in 2008.
Right.
And 12 of them live. It had been going on sometime before that.
Right.
So I'm not sure what year, but Larry, started out with them, I think, from day one.
I love the way y'all entered the building with your guitars and pulled up the old vehicle. I love that. That was so cool. That was
I appreciate that.
That was really cool. Really cool. A lot of good memories with the Davis boys. And it's kind of funny to call them the Davis boys when they're approaching a little bit over 80 years old. But you got one sister left, is that right? One sister
Got
and
one
then
sister left, yeah.
was 6
Three.
kids?
It was 6 siblings, and Vic and I, and my sister Opal.
Right.
3 left.
Okay, Bobby, you're the honest one. You're the straightforward one. Who was the meanest kid at the house? Who was the meanest out of them 6?
I hate to say it, but it was me.
Was it really? I'd have never seen that
Well, that's
coming.
what they all said. I had a little brother that was 2 years younger than me. So when I was 2 years old, he was born. All these others was older. And of course, what are they going to do? They're going to pick up the baby.
Took the
They're going
spotlight
to play
off
with
you.
the baby.
Yep.
And I aggravated my poor brother to death because I guess I was jealous.
Yeah.
And I'm still jealous.
Yeah.
I'm still jealous. No, but they said that I was the meanest.
Oh no, sure. I have a hard time believing that.
But I was.
What good raising y'all had?
We did. Our mom was just a super woman.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of those women in the age where they got out and built a fire around the wash pot and washed old dirty clothes and
I remember.
had the iron.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. They still do that at the Dwight house because he don't have a clothes dryer.
Oh, me. Well, he likes to hang his stuff out on the line.
Yes, he
Boy,
does. Yes,
he
he
likes
does.
to smell earthly.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
Yes, he
yeah.
does. Rather than nastily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
I need,
yeah,
I need to add a little bit there to Mama washing. We never had water running in the house. In fact, the spring was way down in the hall.
I'm glad to know somebody else had that same reason.
Oh, yeah. And she kept everything that would hold water under the drip of the house, caught water to wash in. And of course, it didn't matter because she boiled them anyway, you know.
Yeah.
And so they were clean, I guarantee.
They called it wash water.
Yeah, wash water.
Yeah.
Sure did. Go out there in that wash barrel, son, and get me a bucket of water.
She you know, had a battling, what do they call that?
Battling stick.
Battling stick. And they would beat the dirt
Yeah,
out of those
yeah.
old blue jeans, overall. Well, one day I was aggravating my little brother. Bless her heart, she was no telling how much she had to do. Washing, and I was aggravating him, he was hollering at me, and she took out after me with that battling stick.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And she made a believer, she throwed that thing at me, it hit it well out there.
Brought you to the
But
altar.
I remember, I said, Mama, you was gonna hit me with that.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
But it calmed me down for a spell. Yeah. it
Did y'all get whoopings up until you were in your teens?
Well, not a lot. Daddy would use a razor strap if he thought he needed to. Mama didn't whip. I don't remember if Mom ever whipped
She
me.
kept a little hickory, but she
Yeah.
wrapped around the
Yeah.
ankles a little
Yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah.
But it had to be something pretty good.
Yeah.
What precious, precious memories. What precious memories.
yeah.
Can we find another gospel song y'all can do?
I bet we could. We're back on air, folks, and I want to tell you something. Back when I was a little boy, if it hadn't have been for the blues, I wouldn't have had a friend in the world. So that's how it works back in those days. You got one you want to sing for us?
Let's do a gospel
Let's do
song.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do one called Where Could I Go? Hit us a key there. Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to save me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Living below in this so sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Striving alone to face temptation sore. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to save me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? You know, neighbors, they're kind. I love them every saved me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go but to the
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
The mountains are calling, and they're closer than you think. Farmers Crossing in Ball Ground offers creekside lots with homes beginning in the 400s. Walking distance to downtown shopping, dining, tennis courts, Calvin Farmer Park, and local events. It also includes a beautiful hike to Long Swamp Creek. Leave the car and the worries behind. Move in by fall 2023. Call Cherie Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Whether you're swimming in the sea, or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Well, I told y'all about the laughter that we shared this weekend. Well, there's more laughter to come because anytime there's a comedy gig, I'm going to start going and bringing back a positive attitude. We've got to laugh. We have to love life. We have to enjoy every single moment. And I found a couple of things in a book that somebody gave me several years ago. And these just remind me of what we can do for others. And it really hits as I'm talking about Lonnie and Donnie. Both of these sound so much like them. The person who gets ahead is the one who does more than necessary and keeps on doing it. Be someone who finds something good in each day, then give it to others. So today, this is my job for you. give something to somebody else. Give something good to somebody else. When we went up after the show to talk to Keith Vance Jr., I was asking him questions, and he was telling me a little bit about his life. And I said, is what you said about your mom true? And he said, yeah. And I said, and is that how you came up with your comedy? He said, well, everybody just always thought I was funny. Well, I got to take y'all to me when I'm funny. I am not an online person. I'm not an online shopper. Ed Singleton spoiled me rotten because he was my sponsor for about 14 years. For 14 years, I was given Subway buy one, get one free subs forever. He gave them to me. I shared them with y'all. I shared them with events. If I was at Georgia Mountain Fair, we were handing out 300 of those. Ed Singleton was the most amazing owner of Subway ever. Well, today, when you get your little special and it says buy one, get one free, you have to get online and order it. Well, I thought if I took the code to my local Subway, I could get a sandwich half price. Well, that doesn't work. Well, it irritated me, and I said, never mind, I don't want a sandwich, and I was kind of like, forget it. I got back online and tried it again, and I couldn't do it. And I said, if you watch me trying to shop online, trying to do something online, I just don't like that stuff. I like one-on-one stuff with people. I like real people in real circumstances where you say, hey, I'm Cherie, what's your name, da-da-da-da, you get to know people. So, if you want comedy, just watch me trying to get through life online. It is not easy. Well, today, I almost did it again. I got me another one of these messages from Subway, and it says, limited time only, $5.99, 1 foot long, online only deal. Here we go again. So I'm going to record myself as I try to do this when I get off the air today. It will be hysterical. I will probably never accomplish this. Because Friday I tried and I couldn't do it. So I even called my friend who works at corporate Subway and I said, you got to help me with this. She said, well, you have to do it online. You have to place an order online. And I said, who wants to place a sandwich order online? I want to walk in there and tell the sandwich artist what I want on my sandwich and I want to be done with it. So today, I'm going to record me trying to order me a Subway sandwich online. It will be hysterical. It will be on the comedy gig. I'll probably be on Comedy Central. I just can't figure this thing out. Just make it easy. Do like Ed Singleton did. Print some coupons and give them to us. That's the best way to address old folks because we old folks, we're just not going to live in that computer. We're not going to live doing things that way. We like stuff one-on-one. So right now, we're going to go to one of your favorite one-on-ones. I've been out in public with him enough. I've seen your reaction to his music. I know that y'all love him. When we talk about good old boys up in the country, nobody tops it any better than plain old, plain Mr. Ellijay. He's just that kind of guy. He's a neighbor. He might help you cut your grass. He might help you do this. He might help you do that. He's just a neighbor. He's just a neighbor. He has been your bus driver for 41 years. He was your police officer for 20 years. He's done so many things locally that everybody knows him. Everybody also understands him. He is very basic, very down to earth, very back to his roots. Everything is about his roots, and so his music displays that. And today, in honor of a very sweet lady sitting up in Mineral Bluff, we're going to give you a whole lot of his music, and we're going to share some of his favorites. He loved the gospel stuff he produced. It was his best-selling CD. And now he's very, very exciting about the new one that's going to come out. And if I hadn't been a whining, moaning woman and said, you know, you need a little variety here. Why don't you try Smoky Mountain Memories? He learned it, he nailed it, and it is amazing. So you're going to get to hear that in the near future. As soon as Astrid comes down this month, they're going to get it all taken care of, and then it will be produced, and we will have new CDs available. But he said, tell everybody howdy, and he will be back as soon as he finishes what he's working on. He told y'all it wasn't going to take long. It took a lot longer than he thought. But anyway, he's remastering a bunch of stuff. So we're going to share some music today. I hope that this will bring you back to those moments in church with your granny, in church with your mom and dad, in church when somebody invited you to a homecoming and said, we're going to do dinner on the ground, and you went and you fell in love with the church family. Yesterday, Ball Ground First Baptist said goodbye to the pastor who'd been there for 8 years. And I remember the first time I visited there, I loved Jeff's preaching. I loved the message. He delivered a good, clean message that was about the Bible, and it taught us what we expect to walk into the church and hear. And it's going to be sad, but he was ready for a break. So they're going to be looking for a pastor. And if you're a pastor sitting out there somewhere, you might think about Ball Ground to be a great place to live. So maybe if you've been in retirement and you decided you really don't like retirement, you might want to come back. But anyway, today is going to be a day of honoring some really good music, and it is by your favorite, Mr. Ellijay. Here we go.
Okay.
To Canaan's land I'm on my way, where the soul never dies. My darkest night will turn to day, where the soul never dies. No sad farewells, no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is love and the soul never dies. The rose is blooming there for me, where the soul never dies, and I will spend eternity where the soul never dies. No sad farewells, no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is love and the soul never dies. I'm on my way to that fair land where the soul never dies, where there will be no parting hand and the soul never dies. Dear friends, there'll be no sad farewells, there'll be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is love and the soul never dies. No sad farewells, no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is love and the soul never dies. Dear friends, there'll be no sad farewells, there'll be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love and the soul never dies. No sad farewells, Death is an angel sent down from above, sent for the buds and the flowers we love. Truly it's so, for in heaven's own way each soul
the master's bouquet. Gathering flowers for the master's bouquet. Beautiful flowers that will never decay. Gathered by angels and carried away, forever to bloom in the master's bouquet. Let us be faithful till life's work is done, blooming with love till the reaper shall come. Then we'll be gathered together for a transplanted to bloom in the master's bouquet. Gathering flowers for the master's bouquet. Beautiful flowers that will never decay. Gathered by angels and carried away, forever to bloom in the master's bouquet. Gathered by angels and carried away, forever to bloom in the master's bouquet. Many years ago, in days of childhood, I used to play till the evening sun would come. Then wandering down an old familiar pathway, I could hear my mother call at set of sun. Come home, come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last. Some of my fondest memories of my childhood were woven around supper time. And Mom, I remember how you used to call from the steps of our old home place. You'd always say, "Come home, son, it's supper time." What I'd give to hear that just one more time. But you know, time has woven a realization of truth that's even more thrilling. And that's when we hear that call from the portals of glory to come home for supper time. When all of God's children gather around the table with the Lord Himself, and we celebrate the greatest supper time of all. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. supper time. We're going home at last. Abraham. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have grown, I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison bars has flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. This house that I live in is old and run down. It's off the main road, just a half mile from town. And it's been beaten by the weather, and it ain't much to see. But in this rundown old house is where the Lord visits me. There's a picture of Jesus hanging over my bed, and by a rusty old heater is where I bow my head. And through the cracks in the ceiling I feel the cold north wind blow. But the presence of my Savior gives this old house a glow. It's not a mansion on a hilltop or a flat in LA, but you ought to know the beauty I see every day. To the county, it's an eyesore. It's tattered and torn. But in this rundown old place, a new man was born. Yeah, the paint is all faded and the roof needs repair. There's a window pane missing and the floor's cold and bare. All I have for a mattress is an old piece of foam. There's a feather bed waiting in my brand new home. It's not a mansion on a hilltop or a flat in LA, but you ought to know the beauty I see every day. To the county, it's an eyesore. It's tattered and torn. But in this rundown old place, a new man was born. Yeah, the cupboard's all empty and not a penny to spare. But this rundown old place is my house of prayer. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling